We're here. Happy,
Hi, everyone.
Happy, what is today? Happy Tuesday.
It's Tuesday.
Happy September 9th. How many days into the school year are you, Sari Beth?
I have been with my classes 4 days now. I fell on Monday, so I already fell. I already had a school injury. So, you know, we're only way is up. The only way is up.
Oh,
right on.
Yeah, nothing like an injury to start the school year.
Yeah. Exactly.
Well, we are, for those of you who are joining us for the very first time, my name is Kelly Booz. I am the proud director of the Share My Lesson, AFT's Share My Lesson, and also the co-founder of this great series called the AI Educator Brain. And I'm going to turn this over to my amazing colleague.
Yes, we're so excited. Like, this is our second season. Season 2, episode 1. Season 2, episode 2. You can tell I have teacher brain. Season 2, episode 2. I'm on my 24th year of teaching and changing everything because of AI. I'm telling you, girl, I know some people are still skeptics, probably no one in the chat, but I will say that using OpenAI and the other tools have really amped up my game in the classroom. And I started out as a skeptic, if you remember last season.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, what? Do what? But now I can talk more about it. But like, I had a killer lesson the other day, and it was all from using, not having ChatGPT write it for me, but having ChatGPT be a thought partner. And that's the difference, I think. The difference.
I love that, because I think that it's, yeah, we're gonna dive into all of that, but let's do some housekeeping. So if you're just joining us for the first time, welcome. We've been doing this series since March of 2024, when this kind of harebrained idea came to us, and I think at some point we may have to go back and watch those original ones, the OGs, because I think we've come a long way.
We were on hinge, more so than we usually are.
Right. And you'll notice that we like to have a lot of fun. We make this conversational. We like to laugh. We like to try to break AI as much as we possibly can to have humorous things happen, which is part of our Creepy and Cool series that we do every single time. So today is episode 2, season 2, and we're going to be tackling more classroom management and how could you even use AI to create. Can you use AI to create a clear, calm, and AI-assisted classroom? I don't know. What do you think?
I mean, I don't know. My classes are pretty chill now. They're adjusting to the no phone zone in school, so that's one thing. I think that even after 23 years of teaching, there's certain behavioral things that I'm still learning. I think we're always still learning. And ChatGPT has been very helpful for a lot of things for me. It's been my therapist. It's been my teacher therapist, my personal life therapist, with limits, of course. I have, but I'm willing to try and see if it could help me with behavioral issues. I don't have as many as I used to, but
Yeah, and we're literally going to be trying this with you today, because I've got a couple prompts that we're going to walk through, and I'm excited to dive into that. So I'm actually going to let me go through the agenda really quickly, and then Sari Beth, I want to come back to how you use it as your personal therapist once we get to the creepy or cool section. But so remind me when we get to that. So we always kind of, we're pretty standard. If you're brand new to us, we always start with kind of a welcome, what saves us time. You'll notice sometimes we go on various tangents, talk about new news within the AI world, and share creepy or cool before we dive into the main topic. Yeah. This time, we're doing something a little different. We always want to have interaction. And this time in advance, I did it this afternoon. I know some people have already been submitting it. We want to hear from you. And so I'm putting this up here, and I'm actually going to push a link to it should open up directly within your browser to a Padlet. So what I'd like to do now is send that to you, because what we're going to be doing once we get toward the, like, how do we use AI for these different scenarios, there should be a Padlet that's popping up on your screen. The link is also in your resources tab. But if you could share in these different columns, you don't have to share in all. If you want to share in all, fantastic. We're basically looking at, I'll just share my screen so we can all see what I'm hoping that you're seeing.
Oh yeah, Helen makes a good point. I will talk about that.
Yes, let's come back to that, Helen. Great point. Can everyone see my screen? Can you see my screen with the Padlet? Okay, so I see a lot of folks are already in here and submitting different routines, because the idea, what we're going to do is we won't have time to get to all of these, but some of these different examples, we'll do one from at least each column. If we have more time, we'll do more, but we're going to try to create some prompts to allow us to come up with using AI as, again, that thought partner that can help you try to solve some of these issues, whether it's what are some routines that just drain your time, norms that set the tone for the classroom behaviors that you've noticed or patterns you've noticed. And so you can submit by hitting any of these plus buttons here underneath those columns. You can also submit using the plus button down here. And I'm just going to go ahead and keep approving them as we go. The other thing I want to show, we'll be getting to in a little bit, one of our favorite segments, and normally this is just Sari Beth and I sharing our own creepy and cool version. But we want you to share your own example. What are some examples of creepy and cool in the world for you today? So I fed it a few examples, and we'll be showing more. So if you can share that, that would be great.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, people don't see it. Do you guys see it now?
Let me push that.
Joanne and Dollar, do you see it? Oh, there. Do you see it, guys?
All right. That link hopefully is popping up on your screen now.
Yeah. Do you all see it?
I don't see it. Okay. In the resources tab on your screen, in fact, I will try to push that to you right now. That should be popping up on your screen that you're using. It also has the links directly to these two Padlets. And in fact, what I can do is copy and paste them right here. So into the chat. I know this is like, I feel like we're modeling bad behavior by giving you an assignment to look at the very beginning, but we're in the digital world right now, and we're going to want to respond to stuff that you have. So what I'd also like to say is, if there's something that really resonates, like give it a good little heart, rate it highly, and so we'll try to focus on the ones that get more of the responses. Okay.
Yeah.
Great. Awesome. Okay. So let's go back to this. So Sari Beth, you already sharing how, actually, let me stop sharing my screen. Sorry. You already shared how you're using AI. So what are some other things that have just been a time saver for you now that the school year started?
Well, I've been really wanting to just revamp my lessons and just streamline them a little bit. And so what I've been doing is, lessons that I remember, I made notes that like, oh, this didn't go so well, or this needed more clarification. So what I've been doing is I've been kind of like, what I do for planning is I basically, for each unit, I usually spend the weekend looking at it and then plan out for a couple of weeks. So I was going through lessons for my first units, and I was like, oh yeah, this was kind of like not the best lesson. So those are the ones that I will give to chat and say, hey, like, what are your thoughts on this? Like, please evaluate it. What are the strengths? What are some weaknesses? And then like with the weaknesses, I have a conversation with it about like what to fix and how to make it clearer. And then so far it's been really helpful. Like I always did this lesson in AP US history about like indigenous, pre-Columbian indigenous societies. And it's always a tough one because we don't have a lot of primary sources, etc. And it just made it easier today, just better. If that makes sense.
Absolutely. And I'd love it if folks in the chat can share how it's helping them. And And I want to make sure the slides are advancing for you. Okay, I think they are now. Great. Back to the agenda. And I'm seeing a lot of stuff of like, okay, incorporating already in the chat of how do you incorporate AI, even if into your own strategies, even if you're a retired teacher. Somebody put in our Q&A box, which we'll get towards the end, how you're able to converse with ChatGPT. And if you're wondering if we can do that with another language, and the answer is yes. So Carrie, please remind me to get to that at the end, and I will see if I can do that live.
Sure.
This is so cool.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, keep sharing within the thing. And also for whoever was giving us some hearts, we love the feedback. So because that way we know that you're there. You can also give us thumbs down if you don't like us. It's totally fine. We'll be fine. We'll just go to our AI for our therapy session after this is done.
Chat, they didn't like us. Like, what should I do?
Yeah.
And like someone was saying, it always agrees with you, which is dangerous. I agree.
Yeah.
Like, you're the best. You didn't make any mistakes. Yeah, that's the thing. Caveat with everything AI is like, don't make it your go-to.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay. So I want to just point out a couple things. So in our last, our kickoff season 2 session, the day that we did that was the day that Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift got engaged, or at least it was announced that they were engaged. And so with the help of AI, I created an image of our EdBrAIn.
You did.
Your AI gym teacher and your AI English teacher are getting with the flowers in the background. I know you're not a Taylor Swift fan.
That. No, I am. I think it's really cute.
All right, who are my other Swifties out there? Let us know. I think I've shared this. I've got a 12-year-old, almost 13-year-old girl, so there's a lot of Taylor
Swift. You have to be a Swiftie. Yeah, I like her.
I'm in it. Yeah. Okay, so
Kathleen likes it. She thinks it's awesome.
Great, thank you. I mean, well, thank you AI for your help and assistance in doing this.
Exactly.
Okay. Ooh, we're starting to get some people to submit on the
Let me see.
AI.
Thank you, Sleepy Rob. Ooh.
So, what I want to do, we're gonna do the creepy and cool. So we always do a little bit of like, we always do a little bit of stuff within the chat, and we have some fun with the creepy or cool pieces. So what I want to do is share a couple things as I'm starting to see some of your submissions. And then there will be a poll question for you to answer whether or not this is creepy or cool. All right, here's the first one. Why do you say, oh God, Sari Beth?
I said, no, awesome. I didn't say, oh God. I said, okay, cool.
Well, because we also, no. I feel like multiple times you're like, I'm surprising you on some things, but.
Yeah, that's true. I do get a little, is it going to be me talking again as AI?
I did not do you talking this time.
Right, well,
if you guys want to see some really great examples, go to the previous one.
I need to make one for my students, you guys. It's going to be great.
Oh, I'd be happy to help you with that. Okay, so this one, this is a teacher who posted this on Facebook, and with his permission, I'm sharing it. So he used Gemini and posted, sure, AI can be problematic, but the ability to ask Google Gemini to create a visual to explain the different types of irony to students, and it's instantly created, is amazing.
Oh, wow.
So we've got the situational irony with the fire department literally on fire.
Oh, that's so cool.
We've got dramatic irony, with the creepers coming out, and then you have verbal irony with what lovely weather we're having.
I like this.
I thought it was a great idea. Yeah. Okay, so here we go. First poll of the day. Creepy or cool?
I hope okay. I always try to prejudice the poll, but
So let's give it a second because it should be popping up momentarily. Thank you for continuing. Yep, and then it's popping up now. Yeah, I think that's a great example. So Sari Beth, I mean, this teacher is an English teacher, but what are some things that concepts that your students have a hard time understanding?
They always, for some reason, they struggle when I teach about like big stick policy of Teddy Roosevelt, dollar diplomacy of Taft, and moral diplomacy of Wilson. So maybe they could do some cool visuals. There's already some good political cartoons, but sometimes they're kind of dated. So that could be helpful. I'm trying to think of other concepts they struggle with. Historical context, sometimes they have a tough time understanding still, just like what that means exactly. So maybe some of the like historical thinking skills they need to know for the test, like some broader concepts, that could work. But definitely, I think that's great for ELA for sure. And that helped me understand it better.
Yeah, I mean, being a social studies kind of government focused person, I know that, especially some of the middle school, Vivian, it should have popped up. Hopefully it has by now. I know some of the, middle school students have a hard time of understanding what the difference of like separation of state separation of powers, not separation of state, separation of powers. I am tired too. And what that means.
That's a great idea. Oh, there's a bunch of great comments, by the way, how people have been using it. So tell me when you want to bring that in.
Yeah, no, do it. So it looks like in terms of what people thought, they thought it was mostly cool. Excellent.
I agree.
Thank you.
People are writing a bunch of really good ideas in the chat about how they used it.
Fantastic. Yeah, let's get to that in a second. All right, I'm going to show you another creepy or cool. Okay, so let me preface this. I'm going to share a video in just a second to say that I was in San Francisco with my wonderful colleague, Susan Yusofi. Sari Beth, I know you know her. And we, as we're walking around there, those driverless cars, Waymo, were there.
Oh,
and so I know I'm going to do this webinar. I'm like, let's do it. And she's like, you're going to kill us. And I'm like, yeah, well, hopefully not. So hopefully I won't. And so we did a Waymo, and here is kind of our reaction to it in this car, not having a driver in San Francisco. And I don't know if you know anything about San Francisco, but it's very hilly. So let's take a look.
Writer support agent.
So we're doing it again because we're crazy. We didn't die the first time, so like, let's do that again. I don't know. What do you guys think? Creepy or cool? AI EdBrAIn? Creepy or cool? What do you think, Susan? Creepy. Hi, San Francisco. The Golden Gate Bridge. Yeah. Oh my goodness. This is nice that we get to see more. Yeah.
Okay, that's as we're pausing on that. That is kind of our video of like, oh my god, here's where like
coming up on our. Yep. There's the motorcycle. Yep. Yeah. And then the people. There's people walking. And these are even the brake lights. Some people are crossing the street right now.
33% on all supplements with Prime through September 9th. Stock up on favorites during this biannual event.
Oh my
gosh. Shop in store or online. Terms apply.
Wow. There's the two people there. We're literally right there. Oh my gosh. Yikes. Creepy or cool? What do you think?
All right, what do you think? Could that survive in New York City? I know it's probably coming. No.
I would never get in a car. I would never ever. Maybe I'll eat my words one day, but no way. I'd rather walk. That is terrifying.
We survived. I'm still here. I'm still standing. So I'm going to push the new poll. Creepy or cool? Would you get in a car without a driver? I will say it was very interesting. Let us know whether it's creepy or cool, and share in the chat, your thoughts on would you get in a car without a driver? And I will tell you what, my colleague Susan texted me today as she's driving home, where we work in our offices in Washington, D.C., and she saw a Waymo AI car in Washington, D.C. It had a driver in it, so she's speculating that they're testing it out here in Washington, D.C.
No,
I know it's both creepy and cool. Yeah, it is a little bit. Yeah.
Honestly, I saw that Obama movie. Remember the movie that the Obamas produced. It was on Netflix. Anyone in the chat, can you remind me? Because I forget everything. And there's this, it's basically like the grid goes out and there's a scene where all the electric cars are just like piling up on the highway because they can't control them anymore. I don't want to be in a Waymo when that happens.
I know. I don't know if anybody's watched the TV show Upload. It's on Amazon Prime. But the very first episode is basically like your human person dies, but if they've kind of downloaded their entire brain and their memory, they get uploaded to another world and they can still interact with their living humans back on Earth. So, but at the very beginning of it, the person dies because he was in one of those driverless cars.
Okay. But the movie I'm referencing, which you all need to watch, you'll understand if you watch it. It's called Leave the World Behind, and you can watch it on Netflix. 2023 movie.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Okay, so more creepy. Okay, I've got one more example, and then we're going to look at the submissions. Okay, so more creepy on that side. And last one, we'll look at the submissions, and then we're diving right into the work. So I shared this with Sari Beth. I don't know where I saw this. I think I had like maybe Facebook is, tracking me likely. But there's this new toy that I guess is out that I'm just going to show you the video. How about that?
Curio and Grimes launch. Action.
Hello, I'm Misha.
Hey, I'm Sam.
And we're the founders of Curio.
And I'm...
Hey, this is Grimes.
I'm also here. Hey, Grok, can you tell me about how they make rocket ships?
Absolutely. Rockets are made with strong materials like titanium and designed by highly trained rocket scientists.
As a parent, I obviously don't want my kids in front of screens, and I'm really busy, so we've created some AI toys, Gabbo, Grok, and Grem.
I'll race you to the next train station. Get ready, get set, go! And this one was awesome new, and this one was awesome new, and this one was awesome new. But these ones are old. Wow, you have a whole fleet of amazing trains.
We do have a parent app that's used for setting the toy up and for monitoring. There is a little module inside.
Speaker, battery, mic.
Grimes is like eating a sandwich like she's Smeagol.
Precious sandwich. Must guard it. Yes, precious.
So we're kicking off a pre-order today. We have limited quantities available before.
Okay, I'm going to go fast forward to one more on this one, and then you'll do the creepy or cool. And Sari Beth, I feel like this kind of gets to your therapist.
Yeah, it does.
Are you tired of boring plush toys that just sit there and stare at you?
Yeah! Wake up, Earthlings! Grok the talking plush rocket has landed!
I'm not just cuddly. I am cosmic. I can talk, listen, tell stories, play games, and help kids learn. All without screens.
Because, let's be real, you only need one plush rocket, and that's Curios. Follow us on Instagram and DM us your favorite planet, and you'll enter to win a free
Gabbo!
Call now. That's 1-800-ASK-CURIO.
Not available on Mars or Saturn. Side effects may include uncontrollable giggles, spontaneous rocket noises, and an overactive sense of wonder.
Call now.
Did you hear what Otto said yesterday? No. What did he say? It was so silly. But don't tell Otto I said that, okay? You got it. It'll be our little secret. Hello, 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 Brock is a genius. Brock is the best. Brock is the best. You are silly. Brock is the best. You are silly.
Okay. I wish I could screenshot your face right now. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. So let's see what people think. Creepy or cool? That facial expression was pretty amazing. Let us know what you think. And when I was in California, there was actually, one of the new news things, let me put this link into. the thing, this kind of goes back to this whole therapist, AI as a therapist. There was a person, funny thing was, I was actually going to the OpenAI offices the day that I saw this story on CNN, but there's this person, I just put it in the chat, who got, I guess, what they're calling like AI delusional, listening to and kind of going back to ChatGPT and like really taking it very seriously and not kind of having, probably to some degree, some of those critical thinking skills that you may need to know to say, is this accurate? Is this not accurate?
Right.
It was a really interesting take. And I mean, this will be for a future. We do have a webinar in the future about critical thinking skills. But it made me think that, just like we need to do with any sort of media literacy, you have to check your sources, and you can't just assume that what you get spit out from ChatGPT is correct. Like, if all of a sudden you're like, "Whoa, I'm onto something," you probably should go check some other sources and not just AI sources as well.
Some people in the chat are saying it's stealing the imagination of our kids. We need kids to play with each other, to learn collaborative play. And so the people saying, "Wait, how is this going to help me with kindergarten?" We're about to get into all of that, so don't worry. We've got. Yeah, we're about to move into that.
Okay, so let's hop into it. I'm going to share my screen for this last part. So Sari, I'm going to have to rely on you because I probably won't see my screen.
Yeah, that's fine.
Share screen.
I agree about this.
Yeah, it's really creepy, I think, personally.
Too far.
Okay. All right, so I do want to share, I love the different ideas of the stuff that you guys were posting in AI in terms of what's creepy or cool. You guys can rate them here if you want to. I think what I'll do in the future is try to get you guys to think, like, if you just know from now on when you join us, we will always do a creepy or cool segment. So when all of a sudden you see something in the news, be sure to think about it so you're ready to share this. Helen, I see what you said. So Sari, in the our first episode of the season, we tried to make EdBrAIn into a Labubu, which apparently is that was a hip thing. So I updated it. You don't know what a clue what this is? Good. I'm glad that you don't know what a Labubu is, because I think they're the creepiest things I've seen. Okay, so all right, so what I'd love to share, one is that I've been working on kind of a prompt. So Sari Beth and I were going back and forth of like, how can you use AI on some of these things that you're trying to solve? So, you had fed me a couple different takes. And what I've done is I've created a prompt that could be copied and pasted, and I will share the prompt with you at the end. But what I'd like to do is go through this with you, Sari Beth, and all of our friends who are here to say, is the output based on the things that you guys have shared here and like the different routines that you're trying to do? Does it give you what you need, or do we need to kind of update this prompt to see if it's better? If that makes sense. So essentially what I will be giving everybody is access to a document that has exactly this pasted. So you could essentially, from the very beginning, take this whole thing, go into your own GPT or whatever AI tool you use and paste it. Okay, and so now it's starting a whole brand new one of what grade level are you teaching? So it's basically following the script, so that way we can give it examples. So what I'd like to do is I'm going to go get rid of that for now. So let's talk about routines that drain time. So we've got a lot of different responses here.
Yeah.
We have bringing absentee, and again, if you heard it, it's going to pop some to the top, so that way we know, which ones we can tackle. I kind of like this one of like a kinder reward system. Any type of reward system is usually short-lived, so like a kindergarten teacher. or settling down after a movement break. I think that that's, you know, I've got elementary and middle school student. I know that that is still an issue. Sari, I will let you tell me if your high school students also need that.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so why don't we try, and if you could let me know in the chat what other people we're gonna do at least one through this column and see if this prompt makes sense. So how about we go with settling down after a movement break?
Yeah, I was gonna say that settling down is always tough.
Okay. All right. So let's go with, we're gonna say that grade level. I mean, we could probably go all grades. Or how about we say elementary for now? Elementary, second grade. And I can't type. And we'll say all subjects, general subject, all core subjects. And then the behavior is, oops, pasted the wrong thing. Settling behavior is settling down after a movement break. Break. This is for the full class. Okay, so we started this prompt that I pasted in. It's come back with, you know, here are the things that we do. So let's see if this cuts the bill. So basically what we're saying is I'm feeding it this information. I'm asking it to give me kind of a, you know, teacher voice and a student friendly voice. I'm asking it for a routine or structure. I'm asking it for 3 strategies that I could use. I'm asking it for like classroom norms or social contract or patterns to track in case, you know, this could be something to keep an eye on. And then just grade level notes in case I need to, you know, apply this to other places. And so what I love you, Sari Beth, and for everybody in the chat is if there's other things that should be part of this prompt that would be helpful.
Yeah.
So
let us know in the chat if there's anything else.
All right. So let me make this bigger on my screen so you guys can see it better.
Yeah, I need to see it a little better.
Okay. You might need to, for you might need to pop that, the media thing out.
Yeah, it's a little blurry for me. Is it blurry for other people or no? I think if I look at audience, I can see it better.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I see it better now. Okay.
Okay. So again, the issue was for, you know, settling down after a movement break. So the student, you know, the script could be, friends, I know moving our bodies gives us energy. Now it's time to bring our voices and bodies back to calm so we can focus. Take a deep breath with me. Let's settle in. I don't know. For our elementary school teachers, I feel like this might actually be too long, but let me know. For attention spans of that grade, but let us know. And then it gives a routine or structure, you know, whether there's a chime or a clapping pattern or a countdown that always signals that the movement break is over, that you just keep it as a consistent thing, which I do know a lot of us do, you know, 1, 2, 3, all eyes on me, or, you know, what are those other kind of
5, 4, 3 they're doing.
Yep.
Yeah, there's some kindergarten teachers in the chat, so I'd love to hear your thoughts on this. Do you think this is effective? Like,
or I like this leader role. Pick a student leader.
I like the leader role too.
Yeah.
What are y'all thoughts on that, having a leader?
Or even coming up with a script. All right. So again, use that chat. Give us your thoughts on how this could be changed. So Sari, I would love to pick one that would be your routine.
Yeah,
so
let's see.
So Liza, then it sounds like this isn't necessarily solving some of your issues. We clap.
Okay.
And so, I mean, this is like general.
Yeah, I take is there any, so those, I feel like there's some kindergarten teachers in the chat. So can you share with us anything that you've been struggling with in terms of classroom management? Because we can add this to our thing today.
Yeah, and we'll probably get to some of that with the classroom behaviors. So if you want to, if folks want to add, again, here is the Padlet. So it should be pushing up to your screen. Please, keep adding to this as we go. Okay, so Sari Beth, let's do this again. Let's do a new one. Oops. Can you give me an example of?
For me, can it be that not drain? We have to stick with drain time.
No, we can go to another one.
We go to another one because I actually really legitimately want to know this. I always struggle with there's especially in like my AP classes. There's some kids who are shy but know the info, but they're kind of scared to speak up. And if in the beginning of the year, this practice starts where like 3 or 4 kids hog the time because they're just more extroverted. I guess what I need help with is like getting more kids to participate in discussions.
All right, how do I get to more kids to participate in discussions? I have some students who are shy.
Yeah.
What else?
And other students who are very extroverted and talk too much in class, and therefore we only have 3 or 4 kids talking sometimes.
Okay. So this is, really kind of dealing with the whole class, but focus on getting more people to participate, more students. Okay. So let's do this.
So what's the routine now? Because I do that.
Okay, so you do this. So here's some, script of teacher voice. I appreciate how engaged some of you are in our classrooms. To make this richer, I mean, I know you would say something like this, but this would definitely not be your voice.
Yeah, I would be like, what took over you, Miss?
Yeah, what aliens took over you?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's scroll down. So I think that at least the responses in terms of the prompt could be improved. And so you're right. I'm sorry. I'm looking at Helen. I'm glad that I actually have 2 screens this time, so I can do both at the same time. So I'm looking at Helen to say I think the prompts could be improved if you state the grade level as a middle year, sort of a slow learner.
Yeah, it'll be more specific. That's true.
Yeah. I love that. Okay, so we'll improve the prompt shortly. But let's see how it lands with the other stuff. So for the routine or structure, think, pair, share versus whole group. Do you do the think, pair, share?
Yeah, I do that.
Does that work to try to get some of the students who are quieter?
Yeah, I get some more. That works for sure. Yeah, these are all really good.
Yeah.
Okay, basic question. How do I get to that ChatGPT 5? I just tried it and I got a 404 notice. Huh.
So there is free versions of ChatGPT 5 up to a certain amount. So you do have to be signed in. You do have to be signed in to be able to access it. But this entire prompt that I'm showing you, I mean, we could do this in a variety of things. So if I wanted to do Google Gemini, in fact, maybe we'll do that for the next one.
Yeah.
We could sort of prompt there as well. You could also do Microsoft Copilot. So if you have access to all of, if your school happens to be a Microsoft school, you likely have access to Copilot. And then there are free versions of ChatGPT, and then Google Gemini. There's a lot of free versions of that as well. So I'll come and we'll do an example with all of those. And that's I'm glad somebody did that call out because, though I tend to use ChatGPT, I mean, really for me, it's much more of the skills of understanding the prompt and how to say, okay, I'm not getting exactly the output I want. How do I make this better? Okay. So, Sari Beth, let's come back to this. All right, 3 concrete strategies: equity sticks, random callouts, put names on cards or popsicle sticks. After partner talks, pull a few randoms names out for more voice surface. Assign rotating roles: historian, evidence checker, devil's advocate, summarizer. So quieter students have a defined role.
Oh, I like that. That's good.
That's good. I actually remember teachers doing that with me.
I like that.
Yeah. Doing it with the class. Participation tracker, track who speaks using a simple chart. I will say, as somebody who's totally terrified of speaking in class, which I can't believe that now, as somebody who has no problem speaking, I'm like, this one, I would say don't do that. Like, all of a sudden I'm having like PTSD anxiety. Like, this is not a good example. I
used to get really nervous.
Yeah. Like, all of a sudden I'm like, no, you're grading me on whether I say something. No, please don't do that. And then, an honor. Okay. So I feel like we could improve this prompt a little bit.
Yeah. Someone said, more often they give really advanced speaking, which is superfluous for reasons. They just add too many scripted sounding robotic toned ideas.
All right, let's improve this prompt. All right, so what I'm doing is now going back to the original chat that I started to say, let's improve this prompt. I think I'm trying to go back to something that somebody already said to make it better. I think they were saying, let's improve this prompt. Ask educator to share more about the students.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
And their level. I'm not sure how I want to phrase that.
I agree. Compare shares. What are you saying? Share more with. Let's ask her to share more with students and learning. What's the phrase you guys use for learning levels?
I'm trying to go back. Somebody had a really great point earlier. No, I can't find it.
Yeah, I'm looking for that too. Does anyone remember if it was you? You said something about.
Okay, grade level is a middle. Okay,
yeah,
learning needs or supports.
Proficiency level. Yes, thank you. Carrie, my first 4 days.
Getting all of us tired.
My brain is tired. I know. Thank you.
Okay. All right. So proficiency level. Learning needs strengths. Add in proficiency level as well.
Is this helpful to people? I want to hear from in the chat. How's this?
And then. Okay, so let's try this again. Let's go back to another example and we'll try that prompt somewhere else. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's do norms. Well, hold on. Let's do some more classroom behavior ones.
Yeah, let's do behavior. And anyone in the chat, if there's something you want us to focus on, let us know.
Okay, I'm going to try this one. I would love to see students be able to assess themselves at certain checkpoints of the lesson and at the same time receive immediate feedback. All right, so I'm going to go into Google Gemini this time. And I'm going to do exactly what I had done before. I'm going to copy this full updated transcript so you can see another example, not just ChatGPT. And I'm going to paste it directly in here.
Thanks, Helen. Someone said, oh, Gary, I like the situation behavior that you chose. Okay, good. Just want to make sure it's helpful.
Okay, so I put the prompt in, and it says, of course, I'm ready to be your classroom management coach. Whenever you're ready, describe the classroom challenge, and I will then...
This is cool to see the compare and contrast Gemini, because how many of you guys use Google Classroom? Oh, they want one more poll before they go.
Oh, okay. Well, let me do this. I'm going to push another creepy or cool out, so you can submit to it, and whether or not this is creepy or cool for help in classroom management. Okay, so
it's interesting to compare and contrast Gemini with Chat, because yeah, Gemini is embedded in my Google Classroom. I don't know who else uses Google Classroom here. Abby, a friend registered, but the link sent to her will not let her in.
Finally a cool one. Thank you, Mary. So, I mean, okay, so really quick before I type the thing in, I would say my one reaction to Gemini right now is that it's not, in this example, it's not following what I asked it to do. Because I asked it to give me, my prompt, like ask me these specific questions to begin with before I submit. So I'm just going to go ahead and just follow what it does to see what the output is. And then we can also do this in ChatGPT and then also Microsoft. All right. So the response was, let's see if I can just copy this easily. There we go. All right. I'm just going to copy that and see if it asks me and prompts me about some of the other portions.
I don't, Liza, sorry, I can't see either anymore. I just see that it's embedded in Google Classroom. I personally have not embedded Google Gemini, but I don't know if you've seen that, but I've seen it in my Google Classroom.
Okay, look at this. So what it did differently from ChatGPT was it allowed me to put in like the thing that I want to see. And it says, excellent goal, building in routines for self-assessment. Here, let me try to make this bigger for you guys. Oop, not that one. Okay. I first need to understand a bit more about your classroom. Okay, so that's great. So let's go with grade level. Let's do 6th grade. No, let's do 8th grade. 8th grade subject. How about math? All right, specific challenge are you facing for this? So for example, do students not know how to self-assess, or is the issue more about the time it takes to give feedback? I think some of it is just teaching students. Let's go with students need to know how to students do not know how to self-assess. Now, again, what I'm typing here, you could do on your own using your own prompts. This should be for a strategy for small groups or one-on-one.
So Pablo, I opened up Google Classroom and I saw Gemini in there.
I think it depends. So if you have Google Classroom, I think what it depends, our school district in Alexandria is Google. It really depends on whether your school division has enabled it for you. Because there's a lot of AI stuff that I will say has not been enabled in our school division.
That's
and so I think it really depends on that.
New York City has cooperated with Gemini. We had a whole workshop, so maybe that's why. Pablo, where are you located? Sorry, where are you located, Pablo?
Okay. All right, so I've given it I'm fitting it the grade level 8th grade subject math. And here's what I'm gonna do, guys. I'm gonna share this Google Doc with you now, so you have the prompt. Now, this is not the edited version. But I want you, before you leave, to be able to play with this prompt. And what I can do later on is email this prompt as well as we continue to evolve it. And let me see. Okay. Let me just see. I'm going to go share, and then I'm going to add your ability to suggest changes to this prompt, because I'd love this to be more of a crowd sourcing of like, how do we make this prompt better for teachers to use, if that makes sense. Yeah. All right, share. Why are you not letting me share? Okay. Hopefully that worked. Let me know if this link works, please. Okay, so let's see how Gemini came. All right, so here's the response from Google Gemini. It has a much longer script for the teacher voice and student voice.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Oh, it's not working. Okay, come on. Come on, technology. I love technology, and then I don't like technology. Let's try this again. Okay, restrict to only people who access anyone with. Okay, we're trying this again. Commenter. Yep. Okay. Give me a second. Yep. All right. Let's try again. Let me know if that works. Okay. All right. So this one comes in with a 4 Steve self-check in terms of a routine or structure. So yay. Awesome. Yay. So this one has a 4 C's, the structured routine that to teach students how to analyze their own work after a checkpoint problem. Post these steps on an anchor chart. So 1, calculate. Solve the problem to the best of your ability, show your work. 2, compare. Check your final answer against the provided answer key. C, correct. If your answer is incorrect, use a different colored pencil to review your work. 4, I like that. For my math teachers out there, I mean, I'm trying to do other subjects again. Sorry about that, are more in the social studies world. So let us know.
As we're heading towards the end, there's some questions. Mary completed at least 2 polls. Do they have to show the results for the certificates to be generated? Just
you shouldn't have to show the results. Okay, I'm going to create another fun poll just to do it. So if anybody is still lingering, you've got it. Hold on, it's coming. All right, new poll about to pop in 3, 2, 1. Okay, it's up. Okay, so for those of you who now have access to this classroom management document, you are able to now drop comments in. So if there's things that we could do to improve this prompt, again, this is the original one that I did. It doesn't have the updated material, so I can copy and paste that later. But, so let me go back to the Gemini version. So it gives a lot more strategies that you can use. I can also copy and paste this into the Google Doc if that would be helpful. All right, Sari Beth, I know we're getting close to time.
Yeah.
If there's other questions.
Let's see, any questions in the chat?
Or in the Q&A.
The Q&A rather. Let me see the Q&A.
There was the how do you have a conversation with chat? GPT.
Oh yeah, let's see. How do you have a conversation? Like
it was a question about like being able to speak.
Audibly speak.
Okay. I loved how you were able to converse with ChatGPT. Wondering if you can do that in another language for novice or intermediate learners. I teach French. Thank you. Okay. So I'm going to do that. So I'm actually, I probably need to stop sharing my screen so you can see me. Stop sharing. Again, I will continue to update this prompt, and I'm going to email out all of the stuff that we've shared as well. And I want to know who Swifties are. What? Okay. I still like you guys. I still like you.
What did they say?
They're not all Swifties. It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay.
Just for that, I'm going to put this back up here.
Wait, where's the not Swifties? I don't see that.
All right. So I'm going to show you what was really cool. This was demoed this summer during the AFT Teach conference. A poll is an exit ticket. Liza, I just pushed one up to see if you're a Swiftie. Did you not see it?
You guys.
All right. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to hit converse.
It's so cool.
Oops.
Wait till you guys see this.
Okay. Hold on a second. Oh. All right. This is what happens when you're doing it right on the spot. Okay. Hold on a second. All right. Hello there. Oops. Come on, chat, where are you? All right, let's try it again. Hello there, how are you today?
Hey there, I'm doing well. And just so you know, I'll keep things nice and straightforward for you. No frills, just friendly and to the point.
Oh, thank you. Can you use a accent speaking to me in French?
I definitely hear you, but I'll stick to the plain style we agreed on. So I'll just keep chatting in English as we go along.
No, apparently I've given instructions to my ChatGPT person. Okay, so I need some help. So I'm doing a demo and a webinar right now with a bunch of teachers, and they want to know, if you could help translate what I'm saying into another language so I can converse with some of my parents. So can you help translate what I'm going to say into French?
Absolutely, I can handle that for you. Just go ahead and tell me what you need translated, and I'll switch into pure translation mode for that part.
Please translate, Taylor Swift is the best, Swifties for life.
Taylor Swift is the mayor, Swifties play la vie.
Okay. Ah. All right. So the audio app I'm using right now is this is ChatGPT. So it's actually built in directly in ChatGPT if you have the code thing. All right. So this time, could you translate in Spanish for me?
Sure thing. I'll just jump straight into translation mode for you. Let me know what you need in Spanish, and I'll translate it directly.
Thank you. Can you let everybody know that they should join the AI and education community and share my lesson and help contribute to that community and let them know that we have a whole monthly series of webinars coming up?
Of course. Here it is in Spanish. Por supuesto. Únanse a la community of EA and education and share my lesson. Contribute to that, and sepan, we have a whole series monthly of Seminar of Web coming up.
Great. All right, now can we do something different? I'd like to have a conversation with you. So I'm going to speak in English, and I would like you to respond in Spanish. Sound good?
I hear you, but I'll keep it nice and simple in English as we agreed. Let's just keep going in one language for now.
Oh, well, ChatGPT is like, all right, I'm done. It's Tuesday. It's Tuesday night. So,
well.
Okay, well, I'm turning you off.
Wait, Kelly, someone asked, wondering if you can have a conversation with the audio app, no translation. Thank you for trying this out. And then Pablo wants to know which ChatGPT you're using, and is it free for teachers?
Yeah, I think in the app, the ChatGPT 5 and 4 will allow you for some level of translation within your account. So, and I will also know that there is going to be a teacher educator version of ChatGPT free coming soon to a AI world near you.
You guys all hear that?
Which is
That's
very exciting.
Mm-hmm. Like, that's a big deal. That's the inside scoop, y'all, that you got from us.
Yeah. Okay, Deborah, I feel like it wasn't that good. Yeah, and I wasn't ready for it, but I have seen this and it does work. So here's the thing. My goal next time I see you, everybody online, is we're going to improve this back and forth response. And actually, I think that our next one is on supporting English learners. So let me see if I can get back to the webinar. So that would be a really great time to be able to showcase the translation as well. And that's our October webinar. Let me get to that right now. I'm going to put the link in, and we are 5 minutes over. Hold on, shoot.
Oh, Kathleen just wrote, to get ChatGPT to translate, start with a prompt. You are going to listen to a conversation. Every time you hear English, translate into Spanish, and every time you hear Spanish, translate into English. Yes. Free ChatGPT is outdated. Yes. Use Gemini. Or pay. Or wait for the teacher version. Yeah, I hope this was helpful. I think sometimes people are like, wait, what's going on? But we warm you all up with creepy or cool, and then we get into some wild stuff that is really helpful. So
yeah, and we always find that we have too much to share, and more time to talk, more things that we want to talk about. So I will share. I just shared this link in the community. We are back on the next session is October 14th, which is going to be AI Educator Brain on bilingual classrooms, supporting ELLs with AI translation tools. And so I definitely, in preparation for that, Carrie, thank you for that question. I will practice that in advance. It was not something I was ready to do. But you know what? Here's the thing. That's part of the learning process. Like, you've got to try this. And if you don't like the response, if you don't like what's spit out, then you need to try again and update the prompt. So again, on this Google document that we have, if there are things that could be changed, you know, or if there's prompts that we can be changed based on your output, then we need to, you know, make that edit that you might need. Okay. Yeah. All right. So with that, my friends, I'm going to say adios. And we will see you next month. Please join us, and also check your email, because we will be sharing out more information, and let us know how we can improve that prompt so we can share it out even more broadly. All right. Absolutely. We appreciate all of you. Have a wonderful night. Bye now.
Yeah, have a great night, everyone. Bye-bye.